Hey people, it is Sunday, November the 3rd. The time is 4:28 p.m. and it is 9 degrees Celsius. All in all, a very pleasant, seasonable autumn day here in downtown Toronto, and I'm on the corner of College Street and Spadina Avenue. So Chinatown begins right here heading south, but I'm not going to take a regular walk through Chinatown. I'm going to head off of the actual streets and duck into some alleyways
Or like 53 on my first
that
midterm.
run through the neighborhood. I've been meaning to do an updated walk of the Chinatown alleyways for a while now. I'm not exactly sure which route I'll take or which alleys I'll end up in, but I know I'm going to start right here. This will take us to a cool little street called Glasgow Street. Which I have shown a few times before. And this looks like a vertical prison. I think it's a residential building mainly for students who attend University of Toronto. So we'll check out Glasgow Street over here, which almost looks like something right out of the old Scottish city itself. This is a very old street, as are all the streets in this area, really. 19th century vintage. You can see it has like a sort of concrete surface on the street. These old sort of row style houses. We have the vertical prison. There's a neat little apartment building tucked in over here. I wouldn't mind living in this building. Of course, depending on, you know, the rents and whether or not it's actually a nice place to live. Location-wise, though, I think it's pretty awesome. Sort of tucked away in a quiet spot, but easily accessible to lots of busy areas all around it. I'm not sure what this guy on the crotch rocket is doing. Cute little parkette. So just a short street. Sometimes the most interesting streets in Toronto are the shortest ones, I find. There are many others that are just as neat as that one, if not even more. So there's Spadina Avenue over there again, but as I mentioned, we're gonna walk down some back alleys here. Some interesting graffiti, some awesome, some not so awesome. That one's awesome. These are not so awesome. We'll catch glimpses of the CN Tower. I don't know if this is a dead end or not. I might actually have to loop back. Let's see where this leads over here. Where does this lead? Oh, it's a closed off fence. Is there a walkway through here by chance? There is, but there seems to be a fence blocking it at the end. Well, these are the chances you take when you walk down unknown alleyways. You don't always know where they lead. So I might actually have to dip over to Spadina Avenue for a block or so, because I know there's a longer alleyway that goes parallel to the street for at least several blocks. But now I know where this one goes, so if I ever come down through this way again, I can say I'm not going down that way. This is called urban exploration. All right, so Spadina Avenue, just for a block or so. We do get to see more awesome art though. I've been out walking around for a while now, and it's quite a surprisingly busy day today. Lots of people and lots of traffic all around downtown.
The entire cohort.
I was wondering if it was because it's November and everyone is starting to do their Christmas shopping, but I don't think that really explains it. Sometimes Toronto is just weird like that. It's busy when you expect it to not be busy, and it's sometimes quiet when you would expect it to be busy. Patiently waiting for their person. All right, so here's Baldwin Street. So this is where another alleyway begins behind these buildings. So we'll say goodbye to Spadina Avenue again. And Baldwin Street, of course, is a neat street that has a couple of interesting, notable features. You've got Baldwin Village on one end and Kensington Market on the other end. We're sort of in between the two right now. Now this alley is not quite as funky looking as the dead end one we just walked through earlier. Oh, that's because they tore down a good chunk of it here. There used to be some awesome old graffiti along here, but they got rid of the old buildings and they're building this new residential building here now. So we're missing some of the alley, for now anyway. Then you have these other laneways crisscrossing the area. Sometimes you don't know if they're going to lead to anything or not. It's best to consult a map before you want to do a good walkthrough of these areas without having to constantly turn around and come back the same way. I took a quick look at the map, but I didn't really plan out a full route or anything. I'm just kind of going by memory from the last time I did a walk like this, which was a while ago. There's a car creeping up behind me. Alright, so the alley continues here. I didn't catch if this had a name or not. Some of the alleys have names, some don't. This one's a bit more gritty looking. And I'm pretty sure there's another one that runs perpendicular to this one, because we're approaching Dundas Street. There's some funky smells back here, I'll tell you. So that's Dundas Street right up there. Another peek at the CN Tower. So this one here runs east alongside Dundas Street. I think it'll go as far as Beverly Street or thereabouts. Not the best graffiti back here. There's a lot of it though. It's just not the kind of graffiti you want to take photos of, really. And here is Huron Street. Just a little offshoot with more restaurants and shops from Dundas. An awesome view looking south there. Klansman Association, obviously not that kind of Klansman. So this continues on here. This part is a bit plain. Yeah. I wouldn't touch those mattresses with a 10-foot pole. This is just sort of ripe for the picking, maybe. Even if you can't start it, you could probably just pick it up and carry it away if you had a friend helping. And the ground is very uneven here. Have to watch where you're stepping. So yeah, this is Beverly Street. I could have ran across, but I'm not in a huge hurry. And looking up into Chinatown along Dundas. Again with the traffic. So much traffic today. This is a really long light here. AGO. I see a tower crane on the other end of the gallery. I think they started construction work on the new addition. So this is sort of like the eastern edge of what is considered Chinatown here. And there's Grange Park. And looking back up towards Spadina to the west. Alright, we'll cross here. That'll take us through Grange Park. We'll check out some of the fall colors. And there's another alleyway or two I think I might take us to. Of course, the last two alleyways might not be in keeping with the Chinatown theme. I think they're more associated with Queen West. Got some nice, very bright leaves over here. This is the time of year when you walk through all the leaves, make all the crunchy noises. There's the art gallery from the other side. You see that new modern addition was built on top of the old historic building. And that's the tower crane I was talking about, so I think that right there is where they're building the new addition, which I think will be 6 stories in height. I think that might bump up the Art Gallery of Ontario a couple of notches in the rankings of largest art galleries in North America. And that's OCAD University over there. The bizarre building. A curious border collie. Looks almost exactly like my sister's dog, Zelda. And the dog park here. And I've always liked this. Get my camera to straighten out a bit. There we go. This is all that remains after a fire destroyed the rest of the building. Dates back to 1844, the tower portion. And here's where John Street begins, not Drawn Street. Yes, the ground is uneven here also on the street. I could be walking on the sidewalk, but why do that? There's not a car to be seen other than these parked ones. It's a dead-end street here, so not a lot of cars travel up here. I've always liked these old multi-story buildings here. Quality knitting building. Old former factories, warehouses style buildings. And it's already getting dark. Today is the first day of the end of daylight savings time. The day when you fall back an hour. So there's Queen Street right over there. This is Renfrew Place, another little alleyway of sorts. Some more interesting artwork here than in the laneway we walked through in Chinatown. A nice little parkette here, St. Patrick's Market Square. Some nice little row houses sort of tucked in here. It'd be neat living in one of these. This is a truly random walk now. And you have this nice view looking straight south. This guy just keeps showing up in the shot. That is interesting. You can see the financial district not too far away. Well, let's just keep heading along here. Renfrew Place continues. This is McCall Street. You can actually get a neat little perspective of Old City Hall with the distinctive clock tower. Some police activity. Actually, just right not too far away from here, just the other day, there was a pretty crazy incident involving a stolen truck and some police horses and vehicles, which resulted in the truck crashing into a storefront on Queen Street West. I think those people were apprehended after they fled from the truck. And one of the horses was slightly injured when the truck came in contact with it, but I'm happy to say that the horse is expected to make a full recovery. There are plenty of videos online to see what it looked like from different perspectives, including from inside the store that the truck crashed into. And I think Old City Hall is chiming in. It is 5 o'clock. This is Simcoe Street. The old Canada Life building over there. And now we're being spit back out onto Queen Street West over here. We're not back out, we haven't actually been on Queen Street West yet. But this is where we're ending up. The sun is already setting. Winter is really upon us now, or about to be upon us. New subway station taking shape there. And I'm going to start to wrap up the walk as we are heading towards University Avenue at Queen Street West. So I hope you enjoyed this mostly back alley walk, starting in Chinatown. We checked out Edinburgh Street and then a few alleyways along the way, including a dead end, which I won't walk down again. We eventually made our way down here to Queen West, which I wasn't really expecting to, but like I said, this wasn't a planned walk. It just sort of happened the way it happened, so leave a comment down below if you enjoyed, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And also be sure to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal, as well as via my merch store. Or you can also support the channel by becoming a channel member, or by sending a super thanks if you prefer. And you can find me on Instagram also under K Continuum. So thanks for watching, and thanks to all the channel members, and be sure to keep checking back because, as always, I will continue.